Dear student, now I give lecture on voltage stability of the power system. In this lecture video, we detailed studied about the voltage collapse, voltage stability, how to maintain the voltage stability in the power system, and then how to rectify the voltage collapse. Now we studied about the voltage collapse. What is the meaning of voltage collapse? Voltage collapse is a system instability and it involves many power system components and their variables at once. Voltage collapse involves in entire power system. It is usually relatively larger involvement in a particular section of the power system only. The voltage collapse occur in the power system which are usually heavily loaded, faulted or have reactive power shortages. Voltage collapses can occur in the transient time scale or in a long-term time scale. Voltage collapse in a long-term time scale can include effects from the transient time scale. For example, a slow voltage collapse taking several minutes may end in a fast voltage collapse in the transient time scale. Voltage collapse is the catastrophic result of the sequence of events leading to a sudden low voltage profile in the major part of the system, that is in a significant part of the system only. Now, what is the changes in power system contributing the voltage collapse? There are several power system disturbances which contribute the voltage collapse. First one is increase in inductive loading, reactive power limits attained by reactive power compensator and generators, on-load tap changing operation, load recovery dynamics, generator outage, line tripping. So, this is the changes in power system contributing the voltage collapse. If the line is tripping or outage, definitely voltage collapse happen. Generator outage, you already studied in the previous lecture video. On load tap changing operation, reactive power limits attained by the reactive power compensator and generator also, and then increase in the inductive loading only. So most of the above factors have significant effect on the reactive power production, transmission and consumption. The switching of shunt capacitors, blocking of OLTC operation, generation rescheduling, bus voltage control, strategic load shedding, and allowing temporary reactive power overloading of generators may be used as some of the effective countermeasures against the voltage collapses. So these are the some introduction about voltage collapses. Then voltage stability. The voltage stability may be defined as the ability of power system to maintain steady acceptable voltage at all buses in the system at normal operating conditions and after being subjected to disturbances. The voltage stability is the ability of the power system to maintain the voltage when load admittance is increased or the load power will increase so that the both power and voltage are controllable. Power system is voltage stable if the voltages at respective buses after a disturbances are close to the voltages at normal operating conditions. So, the voltage instability is that appears when the attempt of load dynamics to restore power consumption is just beyond the capability of the combined transmission and generation system. So the voltage stability also called as the load stability only. A power system lacks the capability to transfer an infinite amount of electrical power to the load only. What is the main factor causing the voltage instability? Is the inability of the power system to meet the demand for reactive power in the heavily stressed system, keeping desired voltages only. That means other factors contributing to voltage instability are the generate reactive power limits. Transfer of reactive power is difficult to the extremely high reactive power losses. The driving forces for instability are named generator driven and load driven. The time scale is divided into short and long term time scale only. Now we analyze the voltage stability using QV curves. See the diagram. The QV curve, y-axis we take the voltage, x-axis you take the power, real power P. For the different tan pi value, that is minus 0.25 to 1, we get the curve. How we can get the PV curve? This is the PV curve of the power system. This diagram is the EJXV PQ tan pi. This is nothing but the single line diagram of a synchronous machine only. From the curve, what that means, for the constant value of P, the value of the real power and the reactive power and then the voltage and all, that means we again you have to replot the QV curve. So this is the QV curve. This curve is the PV curve, real power versus voltage. Then we have to replot. Why we have to replot? For constant value of real power P, the value of power Q and voltage V, then we replot the QV curve only. So in the QV curve you see y-axis is Q, x-axis V only. We draw the curve shape is the U shape only for the different real power values from 0 value to maximum is 1 only. So in the QV diagram and all, so we are, that means 4 different load is there, P1, P2, P3, P4. That means 0, 0.25, 0.5, 0.75 and 1 only. Now here you see the curve, PV curve, P1, P2, P3. These are the 4 in the Q curve and all is there. In the Q curve, that means first P1 load, that means is a reverse of reactive power that can be used to maintain the stability even if the load increases also. But for the load P2, the system is marginally stable only. But for higher load P3 and P4, the system is not stable. So therefore, the slope of the QV curve represents the stiffness of the rest. That means that is the stiffness of the test bus only. The QV curve becomes less steep and the bottom of the curve is approached only. Then next, that is the margin. So reactive power margin. So you do the diagram, you can y-axis symbol is there, capacitance symbol and then reactor symbol. X-axis the voltage. We draw the curve and all. You can give him the operating point also marked. That means the curve which cut on the voltage V, that point only is called as a operating point. In the left hand side you see same x axis V, y axis capacitor and reactors. Now we draw the curve and all. So shunt capacitor bank you can draw the curve. So the reactive power margin we have to mention in the diagram. So the operating point also, that means what, that the curve and all. So that means first we draw the curve, no, that curve, that means intersect with the shunt capacitor bank, then we are getting the operating point. From this and we can calculate the reactive power margin only. So from this lecture video we can clearly understood the voltage stability, voltage collapse, and how to eliminate the voltage collapse or reduce the voltage collapse in the power system, and how to maintain the voltage stability in the power system only. Thank you student for watching this video.